Till yesterday, we have studied the concepts and we have solved many problems based on motion on a straight line, that is 1D motion. In this 1D motion, we have studied the motion of an object along a straight line on the plane. We have studied about the motion of objects when they are thrown vertically upwards, and freely falling bodies we have studied, and we have studied the motion of object when it is thrown from certain height, and thus we found the height of the tower also. That everything meant for one-dimensional motion, in which I have studied only along either, if you imagine this as x-axis, only x-axis, or along y-axis. But whereas two-dimensional motion means today onwards we are going to study the motion of an object along x-axis as well as y-axis simultaneously. For this, you need to know a little bit of trigonometry. If you are already aware of this basic concepts of trigonometry, it is well and good. Otherwise, I am just revising you about a small formula from trigonometry. If you know it, it is well and good. Otherwise, your math teacher will definitely teach you the derivation and its clear explanation. Okay, it's clear meaning. So let me explain you a basic concept from trigonometry. In trigonometry, we have two formulae. I am just revising those two formulae only. If this is a right angle triangle which makes an angle theta, this is an 90 degrees. These are opposite side to the angle. This is adjacent side to the angle. This is called as a hypotenuse. Maybe this is A, B, C. If this is the case, we say that sine theta is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse, means BC by AC. A mathematical genius once cancelled C and C. You don't do like that. So sine theta equal to how much? BC is opposite side by AC means hypotenuse. From this we can write that BC is equal to AC sine theta. And cos theta is equal to adjacent side by hypotenuse. Adjacent side is AB by hypotenuse is our AC. So from this we can write that AB is equal to AC sine theta. The derivation and clear explanation will be given by our mathematics teacher. But for our time being, I am giving this formula. For our sake, just remember them. Sine theta equal to how much? Opposite side by hypotenuse. Cos theta means adjacent side by hypotenuse. Remember this. Now, when the body is moving in the plane, have you ever seen the objects which are moving in the plane? Line means either along x-axis or along y-axis. Whereas plane means this is our plane. XY plane. This wall is XY plane. This wall is in XY plane. Means the object is moving along the XY plane. See, if I am moving like this means I am moving along x-axis. If I climb with the help of some rope, means I am moving along y-axis. This is y-axis. This is y-axis. But if I am moving like this zigzag, means I am moving along XY plane. Have you understood the difference? Now, let us see some more examples for motion of an object along XY plane. If I throw the ball like this, the ball is moving like this. If this is a wicket, the ball is said to be moving along XY plane. If I fire a gun, the bullet comes out and the bullet moves like this. It is moving along XY plane because if you see, it has displacement along x-axis as well as along y-axis. Whenever the displacement is there along x-axis and y-axis, then we say that the body is moving along xy plane or in two-dimensional motion. So if you throw this object like this, if I jump, if a frog jumps, it is in two-dimensional motion. So there are many examples. I no need to give all these examples because I hope you understood what is two-dimensional motion. So about this we are going to discuss from today onward. In vectors chapter, we have already discussed about the resolution of a vector. I hope you remember. Otherwise, no worry. Now I am repeating the same again. Resolution. Resolution means it's like a splitting into some components. See, if this is x-axis, this is our y-axis. If an object is moving like this, means its motion is along x-axis as well as along y-axis simultaneously. It is moving along x-axis and y-axis simultaneously. How far it moved along x-axis is known as our x component. How far it moves along y-axis is known as our y component. X component and y component. For example, this is a displacement r along the xy plane, which makes an angle some theta with the x-axis. Means it has some, now it is here, right? Means it is some x distance away from the origin along x-axis, y distance away along the y-axis from the origin. We can say that this is x comma y. This x displacement is known as its x component. This y displacement is known as its y component. Similarly, we can resolve any physical quantity when it is moving along the plane. If it is velocity, we can say the component of velocity along x-axis as well. We can split its velocity component along y-axis. If it is force, we can divide the force also into two components. How much it is acting along x-axis, how much it is acting along y-axis. For example, if an object is moving like this because of the some application of force. So if I am applying force like this, means it is moving, due to that it is moving along x-axis, due to that it is moving along y-axis also. So in such case, how much amount of force I am applying along x-axis, how much amount of force I am applying along y-axis. That is given by our resolution of any physical quantity. In this particular case, I am going to split my velocity into two components. X component and y component. So let's see what is this. If an object is thrown like this, making an angle theta with the horizontal with an initial velocity of u. Because of this u, it is moving like this. If it is moving like this, this initial velocity can be resolved into two components, x component and y component. Means as it is moving like this, its motion is there along x-axis and along y-axis. As the motion is there along x-axis, means it has some velocity along x-axis. That's called as x component of velocity. It is moving like this. It has displacement in the y direction. Means it has velocity along y-axis also. That is called as y component of velocity. If you can understand this, now this is very easy. See, these are hypotenuse. As I draw a line like this, it is like our right angle triangle. These are hypotenuse, these are opposite side, these are adjacent side. Now BC means our opposite component. Opposite component means y component. What is our y component? AC sin theta. So y component is velocity along y axis. I represent it with uy. where u is the initial velocity, this suffix y represents along y axis. Uy is equal to how much? If this is u, this is how much? U sin theta. As I explained this here, you can compare here. Otherwise, from this right angle triangle, sin theta is equal to how much? Opposite side by hypotenuse. Opposite side means I can write this like uy. So uy by hypotenuse means u. From this I can write that uy is equal to u sin theta. Similarly, now what is the x component? X component means the adjacent component, AB. AB equal to how much? AC cos theta. So AB equal to how much? AC cos theta. AB equal to AC cos theta. But what is our AC? These are hypotenuse. What is our hypotenuse? U into cos theta. See here, I have split this in like distance. Here I am splitting like velocities. We can split our any physical quantity into our two components. It could be velocity, force, displacement, whatever. Now remember, this is our x component and this is our y component. What is our x component? AB cos theta. This is like ux. This is our uy is equal to y component, our u sin theta. In general, in all books, it is represented like this only. X component is equal to ux equal to u cos theta, uy equal to u sin theta. But I suggest you to remember in another manner. That is, this is theta making an angle with the x-axis. Sometimes in exams they give you theta with the y-axis. Then the things will be changed. That's why I ask you to remember like adjacent component and vertical component or opposite component. Adjacent component and opposite component. Here adjacent means adjacent to theta. So adjacent to theta is always cos. Opposite to theta is always sin. So I am giving you one small work for you. Do it. This is our xy plane. These are x-axis and these are y-axis. These are beta. So an object is thrown like this, making an angle beta with the vertical. Making an angle beta with the vertical. Then what is its x component of velocity and what is its y component of velocity? That's my question. I want ux and uy. I am waiting for your answers. Click on our chat button and write it on paper and make a snapshot and send it to me. I am waiting for your answers. Okay? Tomorrow I will mention your name in my video. Those who send, I will mention their names. Only 3 names. Okay? So remember, our adjacent component is always cos, opposite component is always sin. Here the adjacent to theta, this is our adjacent to theta, that is our x. That's why ux is equal to u cos theta and uy equal to u sin theta. Is it clear?